While the general saying, "pretend until it becomes a reality," may apply to other things, it does not apply to pretending to be a Sigma. Sigma males are characterized by their independence, introspection, and nonconformity. They are self-reliant problem solvers who tackle challenges head-on and find solutions on their own. They don't follow the herd. They make decisions based on their own values and logic, and are intelligent, deep thinkers who crave knowledge and self-improvement. Very resilient, and they view obstacles as opportunities for growth. These mysterious and enigmatic traits often draw others towards them. However, not everyone who parades himself as a Sigma male is actually one. If one or more of these signs applies to you, then you're just deluding yourself into thinking you are what you're not. 1. Craving extroversion. If you're the type who's constantly chasing after social gatherings, and your idea of a well-spent day involves being surrounded by people, constantly engaging in chatter, and seeking activities that require external participation, then the Sigma label doesn't fit you. Here's why. Firstly, the Sigma personality thrives on solitude. They find comfort and rejuvenation in their alone time. It's not just a preference, it's a necessity for their well-being. If you feel jittery, uneasy, or downright panicked at the thought of spending a few hours alone, they're clear signs of a person who's dependent on external stimuli for their peace of mind. You're not embodying Sigma traits. Sigmas are introspective. They use their alone time to reflect, think deeply, and engage in activities that foster personal growth. They don't need an audience or a crowd to feel complete. 2. Seeking validation. Quite similar to the last point, if you're constantly fishing for compliments or need a crowd cheering you on to feel good, that's a glaring sign you're not a Sigma. Sigmas don't live for applause. They're like lone wolves walking their path with a quiet certainty. They don't need a cheerleading squad. They value their own opinion above all. Their self-esteem doesn't hinge on someone else's approval. So if you can't pursue your goals without needing someone to hold your hand and tell you you're doing great, you're not cut out to be a Sigma. Sigmas stand tall on their own. They're self-assured and self-validating. They don't need anyone else's stamp of approval to know their worth. 3. Preference for following rather than innovating. If you prefer following established rules and methods without a strong drive for innovation, it's a stark deviation from the Sigma profile. Sigmas always have a penchant for innovation and a tendency to forge their own paths. Innovation in this context isn't totally about creating something new. It's about questioning the status quo, challenging norms, and daring to think differently. A true Sigma is a trailblazer. Someone who doesn't just walk existing paths, but carves new ones. Thus, if your instinct is to seek guidance and direction from others, to stay within the lines drawn by society, you're not embodying the Sigma spirit. 4. Shifting blame. Blame shifting is a glaring indicator that you are not a Sigma. Sigmas embody accountability and integrity, facing their failures with as much ownership as their successes. When things go awry, a Sigma introspects and learns instead of scouring for scapegoats. For example, if a project fails at work, a Sigma would dissect their part in this failure, seeking lessons and strategies for improvement. Their ability to own up to their mistakes is a sign of strength, courage, and authenticity. It not only garners respect, but also inspires others. Conversely, if you find yourself habitually blaming others rather than taking up the responsibility, you are not a Sigma. 5. You don't plan ahead. A Sigma is always planning ahead, ready to seize the future with both hands. a reflection of their foresight, ambition, and ability to conquer life's unpredictable circumstances. They act like a seasoned captain, charting their course, anticipating storms, and preparing for all eventualities. They understand that the future is not a distant, abstract concept, but a series of outcomes shaped by today's decisions. This proactive approach is what sets them apart. On the other hand, if you're not always planning ahead, you'll always find your life controlled by unforeseen circumstances. This indicates a deeper issue of complacency and a lack of ambition, a loud declaration that you are not a Sigma. 6. Lack of self-motivation. The absence of self-motivation is a definitive sign you're not a Sigma. Sigmas are self-starters, driven by an internal engine of motivation that doesn't require external stimuli. They set personal goals and relentlessly pursue them without needing others to spur them on. For example, while you ought to be up at dawn, grinding in order to achieve your goals, you're probably hitting snooze until someone drags you out of bed. That's dependency in disguise. Self-motivation is about more than just getting up and doing things. It's a mindset. It's about having a clear vision for yourself and the grit to pursue it, despite obstacles. Again, a Sigma doesn't wait for perfect conditions or for someone else to light their fire. They are their spark. They understand that waiting for external motivation is like waiting for a train at an abandoned station. It's never coming. Lacking self-motivation means you're likely to give up when things get tough, as you rely on external sources for your drive. This reliance is a major weakness. It leads to a life of passivity and unfulfilled potential. In contrast, Sigma's self-motivation is the key to their resilience and success. They know that the power to achieve lies within them and not in the hands of others. Lastly, habitual procrastination. Habitual procrastination is conclusive proof you're not a Sigma. Sigmas don't procrastinate, they're action takers, not time wasters. While you're busy making excuses, a Sigma's out there making strides. They understand that time is finite. Don't squander it. Think about it. When a task comes up, a Sigma doesn't drag their feet, they dive in. You, on the other hand, find every reason to delay. Your habit of putting things off screams a lack of drive, a trait completely alien to Sigmas. They're wired to seize the day, not postpone it. Each minute you waste procrastinating, a Sigma's miles ahead, conquering goals. If you find yourself constantly swayed by distractions, unable to stick to your plans, it's a glaring flaw that hinders your path to achievement. Want to be a true Sigma male? Start by killing the procrastination bug. In this video, linked up here, I discussed 5 tested and proven strategies that'll help you break away from the shackles of procrastination. Click on it. Let's meet there.